So if you're a founder or a business owner that is constantly blaming production teams for the lack of sales or leads throughout your funnel, you've got a problem. Your production team is going to be engineered to get a lot of views, but if those views don't bleed into sales, conversions, leads, and getting people down the funnel, you might as well become a content agency. That's a you problem though. Content and production teams aren't trained to create content that is aligned with business and marketing objectives. Their job is to create stuff that is visually stimulating. So how do we align them? What you want to do is use the marketing and sales funnel to break down the objectives of each piece of content that you're creating for your business. So whether you're trying to create content that's focused on building the brand, or you're trying to highlight a product's benefits and utility to the ICP, you can usually break content down into the 3 stages of this particular funnel. From an awareness point of view, how do you create content from a brand lens that makes people feel like they need to engage with the brand because it emotionally connects with them? On the product side, how do you identify a problem that hasn't existed in the consumer's mind, highlight that the product that you sell solves it? On the other hand, they already know that this problem exists. How do you then highlight that you deliver an outcome that takes away this pain from them through this product? Consideration is broken down into 2 sides. How do you create content from a brand point of view that makes people feel like they need to align with your brand instead of another one? So think Nike, Adidas, Apple, Windows. What is it about the brand's principles and the values that make them want to align with you instead of the others? On the product side, what are your key USPs and competitive advantages, and how do they compare to the rest of the competition that is vying for that same market share? Then finally, from a conversion lens, you go into brand and product again. From a brand point of view, think about why someone would like to purchase from the brand because of the brand at this given point in time. Is it the reputation that they have? Is it a great customer service experience that they provide? And on the product side, how do you compel someone to purchase the product immediately and make the decision a no-brainer? It could be a sale, it could be a BOGO, it could be a limited time offer, whatever it is. That's how you address product and brand throughout the funnel. Awareness, consideration, conversion. The thing is though, you don't need to get your content and production teams to learn what the sales funnel or the marketing funnel is. But what you need to do is translate those principles into a formula that they can understand and clearly articulate. How we like to do it here is by having our content and production teams, when they're building out the response to a brief, 2 questions. Number 1, what is the reaction that the consumer should have when they've watched the video or consumed that piece of content? Because the emotion is what's going to drive the action. The second question, what action do you want the consumer to take as a result of feeling that real emotion? A basic example for this would be, so if you're creating a product piece of content, what you would do is say, hey, the emotion that we want when someone watches this is, oh shit, I've got to have this. I'm going to have mad FOMO if I don't have this particular product. As a result of that, the action that we want them to take is to go to the website, to have a website session and potentially add it to cart, or at least learn more about the product. For this to be successful though, you need to clearly understand what objective you're trying to hit with each piece of content. If you're a founder or a business owner that found this valuable, just give us a follow. Lots of free game coming up.